That's why. In fact, this is faster than vape. If you look at the studies in the pharmacokinetic studies. And I know a lot of people that would rather, if they're having a stressful day and they need something really fast, you know, taking some drops rather than, you know, turning their minivan into a hot box, right? Imagine your kids picking up from soccer, Mom, what's all this in here, right? So this data, and what we did is we did this. The place that we did this study at a contract research organization, CROs. They called us up and they said, "Hey, do you guys realize what you have here?" And we said, "We think." And they said, "No, you don't realize. We do all the tests for all the CBD products out there, and we nickname them all unicorn juice because we don't see anything in it. But what we're seeing here." So we repeated this study. We did it twice and saw the exact same thing. So then that same organization said, "Hey, we have an NIH grant, the National Institute of Health. They'll co-sponsor a study with you so we can actually see what this does in the body. We just finished the study. You guys are going to get the data later this month. It's 150 patient, 50 placebo, randomized placebo, and we looked at some objective measures. We looked at, now you guys will all know these, right? TNF, IL-6, C-reactive protein, these are like terms you guys use every day, right? These first four are inflammatory markers. Anybody ever watch I know Jake likes the Golf Channel, you see the Phil Mickelson gets out and does the school night, or just boring time. Phil Mickelson has the product out there called Enbrel. He always tells how his golf game and all that. Enbrel is a TNF inhibitor. If you shut off TNF, you stop inflammation in the body. Also, it shuts off all your immune system too, so that's why there's all these warnings. IL-6 does the same thing. This one's a really interesting one. Anybody know any diabetics? Yeah. Okay, anybody ever know have their hemoglobin A1C tested? Mm-hmm. We looked at hemoglobin A1C. If you're on this product and you have your hemoglobin A1C, you'll know what I'm talking about, the effects here. And we found that in the study. We had anxiety scales in there. We also looked at HDLs and LDLs. So we're just, right now, just getting all the data and analyzing it, but I can tell you that what you're seeing in real life is actually shown in the clinical studies. No one else is going to do a study like this because anybody that's going to go out there, they don't have a unique CBD, right? They'll just say, well, they're just not going to do it. We have a unique delivery system. No one else can make these claims, right? And you guys are benefiting from that. So if you take all those five, the full spectrum oil, the extraction, the sourcing, the bioavailability, and the stability, nothing else really compares. Some get one area, but nothing hits them all, except ours. So where do we go from here? You guys just said, okay, well, this is great, but what do I do? We are developing strategic partners. We developed a relationship with Q. We also partner with the extraction guys because for us, we need the purest oil. We are working on new products all the time. We are working with aerosol delivery, which Jake will talk a little bit about. It's pretty exciting. Skincare and novel combinations. Some of these other cannabinoids can be really unique. The question is, where are you guys going? And Jake will talk a little bit about this and the opportunity, but I can tell you this, that the lack of clarity for us as a company got us into the market because no one else wanted to get into something that was like, well, is the DEA going to show up? But we saw the data and we realized what this was. And me coming from pharma and seeing the results, I said, I'm never going to see anything like this in my life again. Nice. Because nutritional substances come and go, right? But there's nothing like cannabis. It's been something that all of us have known from a little. I was raised in the 60s and 70s, and I got little stickers. I was told to stay away from this, right? Now we're telling everybody, come and get it, right? So here's the market. And I like to show this because I give the analogy, and everybody, if you've heard me talk, I launched a product called Viagra, right? Viagra, Pfizer thought was going to be the greatest drug ever. It actually was a decent drug, but it wasn't Pfizer's biggest drug by a long shot. It sold about $3 billion a year, which is $3 billion is a lot of money. This market, they think will be between 50 and 100 billion in the next 10 years. That's 10 to 15 times bigger than Viagra. This is bigger than any pharmaceutical, any nutrition market that's ever been in. And this is where you guys are, this is where we all are right now. We're at the very beginning. 2014, the biggest companies in the world in 2015 were selling $2 million a year. Q Science was more than that in a month. Right? Where we're going right now is, and you guys are at the very beginning, and everybody wants to know about this. And they want to know about it from a reliable source. And that can be you guys. And now you've officially passed the Hemp 101 course. Right?
Let's give Matt a hand. He did a great job. I'm not going to use slides, actually. I am going to use this. All right. We're here to learn something. All right. Well, let's boil it down to really the simplicity, but also the power of what's happening. There are many people in this room that saw the presentation of Q Sciences, whether it was through a friend, a family member, or someone they didn't know. It could have been one night you're sitting on your couch and you're logged onto the computer screen and you looked in a virtual meeting room called Zoom, and you learned about all the cool slides that I was going over, and you were excited. And maybe there's some products that you absolutely love, even outside of hemp. Who has a product that's outside of hemp that Q has that you absolutely love? By raising your hands. What is that product, ma'am?
Well, there's 3 of them.
Yeah, what is it?
The Vitalize,
Huh?
and the Focus Drink, and the Q.
Awesome. I love those too. I love the Vitalize for my wife.
You love the Q. The sprays.
It's great. It's great, right? But the simplicity of the model at 21 years old, what attracted me to this was actually the same reason why I attracted 51-year-olds and 61-year-olds and 18-year-olds. It was the expense of getting involved in the company, in our company, is literally $80. And that $80 fee allows you to have your own website, allows you to use our facilities for shipping, receiving, taxes, attorneys, research and development, here in the US, outside the US, international expansion, hiring of employees. Many of you have been a part of this phenomenal growth, and you've not had to come out of your pocket to scale the company up on its cash burn. Dozens of employees, more attorneys, and I mentioned more attorneys. If you think that our attorney bill has been minimal or nominal in regarding the hemp movement or anything attached to that with Q, you're crazy. We're trying to stay right ahead of everything to make sure we do things the correct way. Now, some of you, if you were taking notes, learned the secret of what many of our competitors are selling and they're doing in that white baggie that looks like it's something else. The point is we do it the correct way. Now, the interesting thing, just today, I got an email from our IT department. He said, Jake, I've got great news. I just got the conference room speakerphones. 2 weeks ago, Q Sciences decided to upgrade all of our phones throughout our whole entire office to a new system. That new system allows me to actually get on my cell phone and listen to you calling in to our customer service. I can just press a code and I can listen to anything that's being said on any phone call, wherever I want to. Any supervisor, any person, it's awesome. I can hear and make sure everything is up to par. Today I was on the airplane because it's a VoIP technology. I was listening to calls in French. I was listening to calls in Spanish. It was awesome. And this technology allows us to sync up our call center now here and now the call center in Japan. And that call center in the call center in Europe. And it was actually the phone company called me and they shipped us all new equipment and they said, we're just gonna give you all this for free. There's no monthly bill. They didn't say that. They didn't say that. They charged me for it. And our IT guy said, you're gonna be so excited. All of the new speaker phones came for the conference room. So that's great. And I looked on my credit card. They came today. It was amazing. And I thought as I was looking on the airplane, I'm like, this is crazy. My conference call phone in our conference room cost as much as 5 businesses combined, not just getting started, but also your first month product as well. Wow. I'm like, what an amazing thing. And through this journey, we've been able to distribute products all over the world. I told you we're now shipping product to 16 countries around the world. Tomorrow we actually are headed to St. Louis and we'll drive to Jefferson City. And we have a phone call tomorrow as soon as I land and we'll be talking about the sped up or enhanced focus on Latin America. And just today, in the last couple of days, we've been doing non-stop meetings with leaders in Mexico, in Colombia, in Paraguay, because they're hearing and they're experiencing our hemp products and the literal onset, how quick everything is. We're not going to stop. So before I go, if you in the room have already earned income in our company, why don't you just raise your hands? Now hold your hands up high. This isn't even an income claim. Many of these people have worked hard. They've sacrificed. But if you're brand new looking if this is working, look around the room. More than 80% of the room is holding up their hand, and that speaks volumes for what we're marketing. But in closing, I just want to tell you a really quick story. And this story is about a restaurant chain that you guys all love. Does anyone want to take a guess at who the largest seller of toys is in our world today?
McDonald's. Yeah,
it's
probably
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Who distributes more chicken than anyone else combined? McDonald's. And beef. McDonald's actually gives away more Heinz ketchup than all major grocery stores in the United States combined sell. It's pretty crazy when you think about what McDonald's business model actually is. Now, I know what some of you are saying because the first thing I say about McDonald's, you automatically think to your mind, oh, I hate their food. I get that thought. But what I'm about to say, if you're going there, you're going to miss everything that I'm about to say. Because I'm not saying our products are bad, our products are great, hence why it's working so well. What I am saying with this focus is now going to, for myself, to close out this year, is I promised myself I would never ever go back into the industry. This is why I left it. If I was encumbered or tied down and not be able to teach people about the business side. See, if you revolve back to the 1st of February 2018, my mentor said something. Most people will never have the opportunity to participate in big business. They never will. Simply put, the cash reserves needed to participate in any big business still are far greater than the risk that people want to bear. He goes, but with this industry of hemp and what you guys have done and with what your partner represents, you have a shot. You just may have a shot to allow people to participate in big business. See, about 4 years ago, McDonald's made a major announcement. They did a study, and the study consisted of almost 2.5 years of them paying attention to the most sold item on the menu in an hour stretch of day. Who knows what that most sold item was? Most people get it wrong, because I did as well. And they came back with their study, and there's a gentleman here in the Seattle marketplace who is still one of like the golden original individuals who owns strings of McDonald's. Now you can't own, I think, more than 4 or 5. You have to be an apprentice for so long. And now it's on $1 million of liquid assets, it's 2. And they got up on stage and their CEO announced that effective in January of that year, about 4 years ago, they would be serving breakfast 24 hours a day. Now, for 32 years, their highest growth quarter over quarter was just 5%. For 32 years. As you guys saw a model come into the fast food industry, it happened in Utah, a fast casual dining. You saw Smashburger and Five Guys Burgers and Fries and Jimmy John's. These new trending restaurants. They gave McDonald's a tremendous amount of competition. What happened after they released the breakfast announcement? Their egg vendor, which by the way is in Utah, almost went out of business. Could not keep up after all these years. They had to go find more vendors. What did they record? Over 25% growth that quarter. Well, once they got it going, what else did they actually do? They came out and said, we're going to get into the what? The coffee business. Americans have now voiced their concern or put out to the market, started here, right? That people think it's smart to spend $6 on a cup of coffee. And they will literally stand in line for hours in airports and drive-thrus to get their $6 cup of coffee. And to make them feel like they're really doing good, they even go through trends once a year to pick up the person behind you. Pay it forward. Let me get your $6 cup of coffee. How long did it take McDonald's to sell more coffee than Starbucks did the last 3 years combined? 1 day. 1 day. 3 years. What did they do next? Then they got into the smoothie business, and it just keeps expanding. See, some of you are here because you're about to learn something very valuable. Your product can be great. Your comp plan can be great, as everyone raised their hand. But the secret in business is distribution. You are all sitting on a ticking time bomb with him. He just admitted fully, and I walked him right into the trap. He has 12 products that are already developed for our distribution to release at given points of time. As the absorption is now proven, and as the novelty things are added, and delivery systems are more unique, quicker of onset, meaning it hits you faster, we're going to be right on the cutting edge. In 3 weeks, we release a cutting edge skincare line that no company will even try to make. We're not just put our full spectrum hemp, because if you notice, I hope you pay close attention, because in your presentations, it should start switching from our ingredient deck to this might be your only shot to catch up financially. For many people. He said this affects your body in 4 areas. What were those 4 areas? Brain, heart, joints, and the biggest organ of your body? Skin. That absorbs and takes up the most toxins in the air. It's your biggest filter. It tells you when things are hot and cold. It's your biggest protection that your body actually has. And it's on the top 4 items. And just 3 weeks, we released a Nobel Prize technology coupled with our hemp that blocks blue light technology, because it's proven you're on your cell phone or computer on average up to 6 hours a day. The average millennial checks their phone 125 times a day. And it's now proven that blue light technology is just as damaging as the sun is. And we have a technology with our skincare that blocks blue light and revitalizes your skin. That's coming in 3 weeks. Now, many of you are coming to the Orlando convention. I don't know how in depth I'm going to go as I close out the convention and we talk about our next set of products. Some of you saw on that list that said our aerial line. So these actually say, you can see it right there. It says prototype. These are prototypes, meaning we're dialing in the dosage, we're dialing in the flavors, we're dialing in everything. But we have a vast range of products, not just from these ingesting in your mouth, but also applying them to your skin and many other things that this product's in. And you're in, well, what is this? This is actually full spectrum hemp. You shake it up. You just open up your mouth. And this tastes like chai. Want to try it?
Oh, yummy.
It's good, huh? It's so. And you can inhale. With this?
Oh yeah. That's good.
Oh, you're out. I got you though. I got you. You don't have to worry. You don't have to stress.
Oh, there's zero stress.
You don't stress.
I've got this for you.
This one though is a little different.
What was the first one?
This is actually a spray that goes underneath your tongue. And microdosing is awesome, but you can also put it in your pocket. My son can take it to school. It's great. And it tastes great. So right now we have chai and mint mojito. Is that what it's called, Matt? But this one, so you guys obviously see this. You have tincture oils. You have a couple of different pain creams. You now have novelty. He said novelty items. What he's talking about, he didn't go into detail on, but you have things such as this, a pets line. Mr. Matt Smith met with a major company that distributes and will be distributing hemp oil to the 2 largest hemp line department stores in the nation. And you know what? They came to our facility. They actually flew in to meet him. Do you know what they said when they actually left? This is the first company that could document through all testing and COAs on the entire process.
That's awesome. Very cool.
Pretty cool. But he said something, he said you could ingest stuff, but then you could also what?
Smoke.
Because
Yeah.
you smoke it, what happens? It hits you really fast.
Goes in your lungs.
And then someone caught on that Mr. Matt Smith said the technology was as fast as what?
Vaping.
Vaping, right?
So inhaler.
So this is the next one. This is an inhaler. And this is a medical grade equipment, medical air, everything else. Awesome. And you just exhale.
All right.
And you get high really fast.
Oh my god.
But the hemp hits you super fast. Right? So exhale. Now,
That's really fabulous.
and you know what I like these? These are all metered.
Bring some of that back here.
They're all metered. Ready?
It's like an Aspen inhaler. Right. Nice.
Isn't that awesome?
Nice.
And this is just the beginning.
Crazy.
Huh?
When is that one?
I know when it comes out.
We're not gonna know.
I do know. But what I do know in business is this. How many people do you have in your organization that are acquiring customers on our products like you are? Do you have a roundabout guess?
About 170.
170 people in your team.
Yes.
You have 170 teammates.
No.
I would say you have a lot more than
I
that.
do.
Okay, do you know how many do you have? A guess?
Those would be all of mine to get for free. Hold on a second.
Okay, that's just getting free products. So how many teammates do you actually have?
3,000.
3,000. Do you roughly know how many people have joined your organization?
Thousands.
Thousands. So the question to you, ma'am, was this: when's that coming out? How many McDonald's do you want in your distribution before that actually comes out? A lot more. See, the shift that you guys have to get to is what's coming we have planned. Here's my promise to you. There will be a new product or a new flavor hitting our company every month to close out the year. There will be a major announcement in January at our beginning kickoff with this aerial line and how it all works. And we're not just talking one product. I'm not going to tell you how many that he has in this line. It's going to blow you away. You guys, it's September. You have 4 months to prepare with what we have to release, with new flavors of the shakes, with the skincare. There was 5 products in the skincare line. With him, what he just brought, there is now a 6th. There are 3 that's being released in 3 weeks, 2 more on Black Friday. I'm telling you, everything is planned. As big as a dork and a goofball as you think I am, I'm here for one reason. And that reason was to take everything we had done in 15 plus years and put it with an owner like Mark and partners like Matt and teach people the business side of what the industry can do. See, to close this out, my vision is simple. I know with social media, social interaction, the trust that we all have in each other and the lack of trust that has now been demonstrated in the pharmaceutical world, that's not my fault, but I will take advantage of it. And I know within 2 to 3 years, this company will be approaching $1 billion of sales a year. I know within 2 to 3 years, we'll be shipping product to probably 50 to 60 countries around the world. In 2 to 3 years, he'll have a product with us that we don't even know what it is right now today. He'll bring us something in 2 to 3 years that we don't even know could even exist today, from the capabilities of what that one plant can do with his technology and his brain and his connections. It's what's going to happen. See, any time that we've had a door slam in our face, within 24 hours, another one opens up from what Q has actually done. Literally in September of last year, we're getting ready to launch this product line at our convention, and we were told we could not launch it. He literally called me and said, "Are you going to launch this?" Hell yes, I'm going to launch it. You can't. I said, "Watch me." How are you going to? You can't even collect money from it. I said, "Watch me." And you know what? One thing fell in place, and I was up on a crowd of people. This was a Thursday at 2 p.m. and the event was in 12 hours. And people were flying in from all over the world, and I had no answer yet. And my wife is texting me, "Jake, please tell me you've got this figured out." I got this, babe. That means you don't. I know, but I'll figure this out. I hope you have this figured out. I'm leaving Salt Lake City. I'm getting mad. I just got don't worry, I got this. I got this. I went out in the hall, made a phone call, a connection, and said, "I need you. I need you." Got up in front of the room at 5 o'clock and said, "We're launching hemp tomorrow for the world to see." And the company grew at 400%. And we've watched companies domino left and right and can't compete and can't keep up. If you do things for the right reason, with the right people, things always work out. I'm not telling you it's going to be smooth. I bet you $100 that Matt will ship one of these to you and it's empty. Blame him. I bet you it's going to say chai on it and you're expecting this sweetness and it's going to be mint. I guarantee it's going to happen. But if you get high, ship it to me. I don't know what's going to happen. None of us do. But if we keep the right goal in place. See, people ask me, "Why am I doing this?" I could be a big real estate guy in Utah. Nothing wrong with that. I probably could be a doctor if I copied enough in college and I did it. That'd be great. I could be a dentist and fix the world one tooth at a time. But nothing I've ever done in my life has as fast as an impact globally as this model. Yeah. I was just up here with him before the meeting, getting an email confirmation that that's approved for Hong Kong. You don't think there's people in Hong Kong with ailments praying and hoping for something like this? Both financially and with health? Yes, there is. We were just meeting yesterday and I scheduled him to go give this exact same presentation all over Europe. Paris, Lyon, France, Spain, Oslo, Norway. The people there like it too. Isn't that crazy? It's happening. And you're a part of it. It's only going to get bigger, and it's only going to get better. But I'm telling you this, you don't want those to come today.
Not ready.
Your gratification, your immediate gratification that your microwave in your home has taught you to be, wants it today. And that's going to be crappy food, just like you'll get crappy results if it launches today. You should be sending emails to Mark Wilson saying, give me one more month, please. Do not let Jake hit that button at the convention to release those things. Mark Wilson, give me the rest of the year. I can build with the skincare. Give me the rest of the year. I need a couple hundred people. Please don't push the button.
Yes.
And as the distribution gets bigger, they pour the water down, and all of a sudden, more customers, more revenue. And you're sitting there thinking, this is what that guy was talking about. This is what I was hoping for. This is what I needed, because timing beats talent. Every day of the week in business, $80. I'm about to go to dinner with my friend, and I bet you our steak will be more than $80. And I'll close with this. Those of you that think things just happen, they don't. They happen just. We have the convention in Orlando at the end of this month. You have, if you're serious, until midnight to make a deal with me, because I'm a businessman. This business deal is really easy. You ready for this? So simple. Any of you who are new, who have people in your teams, and you have to be from this meeting tonight. I hope this is being broadcast, because those who are watching this, you can't participate. You have to be right here with me. It's my company. I make the rules. You ready?
Yeah.
Any person in here who has not yet registered for the Orlando convention, as long as you do this tonight before midnight, I will refund your money right when you get to the convention. I'll put a token in, so right when you register, they give you your band. You can go look at your bank statement. I'll refund your fee in going. You ready for this? Mm-hmm. Who's a guest? Is there a guest here tonight? Great. Here's my deal for you. If you enroll in our company, it's pretty simple. You enroll tonight, you pay the $80 to join, and you get your first products. I'll give you your free ticket to go, and I'll reimburse you your $80 for joining. That's for any new person. Do you want me to repeat this for you?
Yes, please.
Anyone in your team, you can call right now and say, look, I got the hookup. The younger, good-looking guy, not the old guy, he said, if you sign up to go to Orlando tonight before midnight, Jake's refunding your Orlando ticket price. Friends, you came to the convention, you came to the meeting tonight with Jake. If you join the company tonight with your first month's of product to make you active, you get a free ticket for Orlando, and he's going to refund your $80. So you get in the company for free. You have till midnight tonight. Who wants to make a deal? Really simple. So all this tracking. I appreciate you for coming. Thank you guys for driving. I'm excited to see you guys in 3 weeks in Florida. All right?
Okay, so public service announcement. Our next meeting is in Puyallup. So the first and the third Thursday of